Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Jasmine Gonzalez. It's still Wednesday, December 1st, 2021. I can't believe we're already in December. We're in December. I heard some bad news on the internet, but I'm trying not to let that get me down right now. So I said I'm going to make another video, and today I know that I didn't do too much, and I apologize. My hair is a freaking mess today. Um, but today I went to get to in Barnes and Nobles. I got my Tobin Spirit guide, which you can see here, which is part of the Ghostbuster folklore. And I'm a big fan of the Ghostbuster. You can see my Egon Spengler figure that I got recently by Hasbro at Walmart. I also have one of the old figures that a friend of mine gave me, and really want to thank my friend for giving me this. They surprised me. I think they surprised me for my birthday, and they gave me this figure, and I don't know if they knew that I was a big Ghostbuster fan or not, but like they gave me Egon, and I was like so excited because I never had a figure of Egon when I was younger. So this is like based on the real Ghostbusters, which is the cartoon of the Ghostbusters. So yeah, so we all know, at least the people that are fans of Ghostbusters, are that that Gozer is the big boss in Ghostbusters, in the Ghostbuster film. Well, I know about Gozer, that there was a cult back in the day. However, I was just looking at the Tobin Spirit guide and I found an entry for Tiamat. Yes, Tiamat, and you can see here the drawing, Tiamat, right there. Um, Now let me give you a little bit of description. I'm a big gamer. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I remember watching the cartoons back when I was younger on TV, the 80s cartoons of Dungeons and Dragons, and they had Tiamat. Tiamat was one of the boss, and they were always hiding from Tiamat. And Tiamat is a gigantic chromatic dragon that has a bunch of heads, all the chromatic color heads like blue, green, red, white, and so Tiamat appears in Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, it's quite the description of Dungeons and Dragons because they look very different. I do like the drawing in there that they present her in female form, and her head's almost like a Medusa, but instead of snakes, it has like dragon heads. I totally dig that. But Tiamat, it's this is from the Monster Manual from first edition, which I happen to have a copy of it, and you can see there it's a dragon, and I'm going to read the entry for Tiamat in here. So, Tiamat rules the first plane of the nine hells, where she spawns all of evil dragonkind. She hates all good as fiercely as she loves cruelty and hoards wealth. She's seldom 10% outside of her lair, but occasionally she comes to Earth to place a new dragon or to seek more treasure. She can travel astrally or ethereally. Although her sheer size prevents claw attacks, Tiamat can bite with all five of her heads and sting with her tail at the same time. Breathe with one or more of these heads or cast spells with one or more heads at the same time. Tiamat's heads are white, black, green, blue, and red. Her breast weapons correspond to the color of each head, exactly duplicating the size and shape of the appropriate dragon breast weapon. Yada yada. When encountered in her lair, Tiamat will always have five consort guards with her, one huge adult male dragon of the white, black, green, blue, and red types respectively. They are all able to speak and use spells if applicable. And that's about it as to what I have about Tiamat. I don't want to give a lot of information because I know people may not be gamers, so this is just a comparison between D&D Tiamat, in case you were curious, and I forgot to mention that I'm doing a comparison between D&D Tiamat and Tobin Spirit Guide Tiamat, just because. And then recently, D&D 5th edition, one of the first adventures that was published was two-part adventure. It starts with a Queen of the Dragon Horde, and then it ended with a Rise of Tiamat adventure. Both adventures haven't gotten to play them, but this is Tiamat. It's I don't know if the one that you can see in there like I said, Tiamat is gigantic. It's a gigantic dragon in Dungeons and Dragons that has 5 heads of dragons. It's like it's scary. Like here you can see like one sorcerer, and that's a dragon. It's gigantic. It's a gigantic gargantuan dragon. It's a scary dragon. I remember Tiamat because me and my friend from Puerto Rico one time we decided, oh yeah, let's fight Tiamat, yada yada, and sure, let's do that. So I made a paladin level 20, I think, or maybe more than that, to be able to fight Tiamat and see if I could defeat Tiamat. But oh my gosh, Tiamat was like crazy to be killed. And then in here, it doesn't tells you too much about the lore of Tiamat, but tells you enough here. What happens after Tiamat dies? In here, D&D stats. It said this corporation, when Tiamat drops to 0 hit points or dies, her body is destroyed, but her essence travels back to her domain in the 9 hells, and she's unable to take physical form for a time. So yeah, Tiamat, it's in the nearest level of hell, pretty much. Now let's compare that to the entry here of Tiamat in the Tobin Spirit guide. So I'm going to read directly from the entry of Tiamat here. So Tiamat is a class 7 Sumerian goddess, an embodiment of chaos. A Sumerian chaos goddess, Tiamat cultivated an antagonistic rivalry with her brother Gozer, god of destruction, and his Destiny City filtered down to their respective cults, whose destructive clashes no doubt pleased both deities. Gozer's ultimate goal of ending the existence as we know it clashed with Tiamat's love of the chaos inherent in life, and this conflict raged over many centuries. According to the writings of the Goserian cult, circa 28,000 BCE, it was Tiamat followers under her direct guidance that were responsible for Gozer banishment from this plane of existence. So pretty much like Tiamat and her cult banished Gozer from the plane of Earth. Roughly translated, the writings describe what sounds like a massive interdimensional cross rift at the time of Gozer exile. The Gozerian temple of Shurupak was said to burn for 9 days under blood-red skies, while a host of misfortunes comparable to the biblical plagues of Egypt assaulted the populace. With Gozer believed lost forever, the Gozerian cult steadily lost both followers and influence to the many other gods in the Sumerian pantheon, primarily Tiamat. Gozer eventually returned to this dimension in the 20th century, and his subsequent Protonic disincorporation captured Tiamat's interest. These events brought her to New York to directly observe modern humanity and the Ghostbusters in particular. Her presence brought about a number of scientific anomalies, including blood raining from the sky, talking pigeons, and areas of unreliable gravity. I don't know if this happened in the actual TV series cartoons or not. Let's see. After a skirmish that led to the very edge of total protonic reversal, Tiamat left our plane of existence of her own volition, apparently pleased with the chaotic state of the war. So pretty much Tiamat in here is a goddess that likes chaos, pretty much. So that's interesting because it's similar to the D&D Tiamat in terms that they're both chaotic, but the difference is like Tiamat in D&D has a plane of existence in the ninth level of hell, compared to Tiamat being the goddess of chaos. But I guess both are in their own dimensions, so they are not in Earth per se. That's interesting. I like this. I like the difference between the two. But it's amazing. I didn't expect to see Tiamat names be mentioned in the Tobin Spirit guide. So I am really surprised about that. And as a gamer, it's like, oh, cool. This is so interesting because I've been a big gamer for D&D for quite some time, so I know who Tiamat is. So I like the idea that they are incorporating Tiamat into the along with Gozer, and both being like in a rivalry crash, both of them. So that's for me, that's quite interesting. I really enjoy that my mythos or mythology for the world of Ghostbusters. It's not necessarily based in real life, and I don't think though Tiamat. I was reading in Wikipedia, and Tiamat has been compared to a Sumerian god that actually exists, but Ghostar doesn't exist in the Sumerian uh, god. So Ghostar is a creation of original creation of the Ghostbuster world. So it doesn't exist. So don't think that Ghostar is a real god because it doesn't exist. So, uh, but it's so interesting. I enjoy seeing that comparison. And again, it's kind of funny because it brought me back to two of my favorite things, and now I know why I like Ghostbusters a lot. I also like the episode one time that that they had one of the uh, mythos from H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu mentioned in the real Ghostbusters series. So yeah, definitely that now I know why I kind of have always enjoyed Ghostbusters. So, but yeah, I'm surprised they had an entry for Tiamat. I'm really surprised about that and did not expect it. So, took me by surprise. And I wanted to make this video because of that. So, I hope you like the video. And if you like the video that I just did, please like and subscribe. Bye.